getting locked down up here. Okay. Hello. I'm using my binoculars this time. I took my telescope off my tripod and I've just started to use my binoculars. You're very welcome. Let me shrink this down a tad bit. Oops, I kicked my tripod. That's not too nice. Let me move that back up a little. Yeah. Hold on one moment. Sorry about that. I had to run in the house really fast. Hope it didn't blow off the screen. No, it didn't. I'm in Salem, Indiana. Hello, and there we go. Whoa, do you see what it just did? Of course you did. Wow, it's really moving. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it's very excited. Let's try to move it back over here to the other side. Just a tad bit. Let's watch it come back in here. Let me shrink it down. Watch it come back in. I'm going to see what happens if I, oh, you know, I was getting ready to adjust the telescope, but I don't have the telescope on here. Wow. Look at that. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I adjusted the little adjuster in between my binoculars, you know, that little screw thing that moves, and wow, this is exciting. I think they like the binoculars better than the telescope. It does look like it has glasses on it. What if it does? I'm going to tell you, I've never seen it in this shape before, complete circle. I have not done it, seen it like that. Yeah, it looks like two sections, but it is all in one section. Let me shrink it down if I can a little bit so I can move it, try to keep it in the screen longer. I'd like to have it up here at the top a little more. Well, that's fine. Hello. It looks like the edge of it is a little like straight. Yeah, it does look different from last night, Bridget. And I have my binoculars tonight. Hola. Yeah, but this shape is different than any other shape I've ever seen. I have not seen this exact shape from this exact star, which some people may call Jupiter. Yeah, it is in circles like a tree. Let's enlarge it a tad bit more. It does have a ripple in it, and that ripple is not from my binoculars, because there would be a solid black line. Hello, Murti Vidal. Yes, Mary Jane Ali. We got a nice ecosystem out here. Lots and lots of crickets and cicadas and frogs and stuff like that. Good evening. Hola. And what we're viewing says hello also. Yeah. It's quite big. Let me see if I adjust this. Oh, I'm in the middle again. I've got it over as far as I can get it over, adjusting it like that. I've got that tripod thing locked down again. Let's see it big like this. You know, this is that's pretty neat looking to me, because that's like a perfect circle. A perfect circle. Yeah, it is the sounds of summer indeed. Let me loosen this handle up here again. I think this handle allows me to move it to the side. Yeah, it does. I'm going to shrink it down. You know, I'm able to hold it more steady with my binoculars, with my cell phone hooked up to my binoculars, much better than I am with my telescope for some strange reason. It seems like a structure around it, George Alvarez. Let's zoom up on this. And I'm going to move the middle piece of this eye, of this, oops, what did I do? I did not do that. Do you see it's bending on the side? It was not me. Oh wow, that was exciting. It bent on the side. This could be this could be an organic ship, a living ship up here. So if you see it changing, I'm moving the, okay, see we have the same things from last night. So it's supposed to be Jupiter with 4 moons, as you can see. It's supposed to be Jupiter with 4 moons, but when we zoom up on it, it don't look like Jupiter. I use the zoom on my compact binoculars. I use that middle button. I don't have columns of light in my backyard. Oh, those columns of light in your backyard, I'm wondering if have you seen them anymore? No, I don't. I haven't really looked for them. Hosh Lior, I bought a Nikon P900 and I didn't like it, so I gave it to my son. I like my cell phone. That's what I like, using this cell phone right here, because it's so versatile and it's so simple. I would encourage others, if they have a Nikon P900 and they've got a tripod, just get them a Goski cell phone lens adapter that hooks onto the lens of the, well, you couldn't, yeah, hooks onto the lens of the, well, you can't use a cell phone if you got a camera. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. They do have telescopes that you can hook the very front part of the camera up to. But I'm not going to use it. I don't like using it. I would like to see some of these pictures like this. I'm moving because the mosquitoes are biting me. I'd like to see some of these pictures like this. If I, no, truly, if I can zoom in like this with my cell phone and compact binoculars, we're going to wait for that to come across the screen. If I can zoom in like this, so should someone else who has the big fancy cameras and stuff. And they should be sharing photos like this also for you. Photos and live videos, if they've got the equipment. You have a cloudy night in Costa Rica. Well, it was cloudy here, but the clouds went away. I see the patrol plane. It's this patrol plane that's going across the sky. It's on a different grid line because it's one whole line away from this star, which is supposed to be Jupiter, this planet, which normally would fly right next to it. Now I've got that, it's flying up above me. No, I do not shoot lasers up in the sky. That's wrong to do. Some people may do it, but I don't do that. Not at all. I will not shoot a laser up in the sky. Now I'm changing the movement. I'm moving the middle piece of my binoculars is what I'm doing. Okay, now this is interesting. This is interesting right here. Why did it change this shape right here? That's quite interesting. Why it wanted to decide to change. Oopsie, I hit the tripod leg. I'm in a little closed space right here. I'm actually on my little front sidewalk. Let me move this over some more. No, it doesn't want to change shapes. It doesn't want to change shape. It wants to look like that. And I have moved it all the way. You know, there's something in that hole. You look at that hole, there's something in there. This kind of reminds me of some of the very large golden orbs that would show up in my picture with the clip-on lens, because it would have one great big hole in it like this. One big hole in it like this, and it would have several other little holes. You can see them right here. There are beings, some kind of sky beings in this thing. Let's see. Jag Jaffa Hila Rinka Berg. Have you responded to people trying to discredit your journey? Yeah, I have responded to them in a loving way, and I let them know they're not going to stop me. And a lot of it stems from jealousy and hatred. That's what it stems from. And that's not my problem. It is not my problem. This does look like, if you were to go on my photos and scroll back to some of the pictures of the ship, you'd have to go 3 months back or 4. You would see a big golden orb that showed up in the photos, and you could see something inside of it like this. What is going on with this hole? There is something in there, and it shouldn't have this hole. Although some people may say, if this is Jupiter, maybe it's got a big spot on it. I don't know. But this has more than one hole in it. Let me see if I can zoom it up any more. No, I can't. I can't zoom it up anymore, but I'm going to put it back to how I had it, and I'm going to shrink it because it's really big. Look at that. It's gotten dark like that. Yeah, it is a hole, and there are several holes on this thing right here. I'm going to try to move the, I got to move this up again, sorry. I have to tighten it so it doesn't move on me. I have to tighten it so it doesn't move. I've got mosquito buzzing right by my ear, and I really don't like it. You know, I read somewhere a while back that you can, if your mosquitoes are bad and you don't have any repellent, you can take some dryer sheets and you can like hang them on your clothing or something because they don't like the smell of it. Okay, this is what I was going to do. I was waiting for it to get in the hair a little bit more. I'm going to zoom it back out. Hey, there's a face. There's a face right there. It looked like a face for a moment. It really did. But then that's that eye. That's that big eye right there. Or big hole. So I am going to these are the same colors that I see in the background of the ships, those big white ships and stuff. This is the same exact colors that you will find in those photos right here. You'll find this throughout. Look at that. My voice isn't, let me turn up my volume. My volume is all the way up. You're watching from Brooklyn, New York. I'm going to try to shrink this down. Why are there two holes like that? Colombia. So we're going to zoom out and see what happens. And I really would like to be able to do this on the YouTube, but when I go to do a live video like this, it does not like to function well for me. Look, we see something long extended now from this. It should come down if I let go of this. It should come back in the screen, I hope. Yeah, I'm competing with the crickets. But I tell you what, I would not sleep outside tonight. And you know, there's no way I would sleep outside without a tent, have my tent completely zipped up. You have so many bugs and mosquitoes getting on you. I'm going to let that come in here. Yeah, because it's and there goes that patrol plane. Again, this is another patrol plane, and it's flying on the grid line right next to Jupiter, right in front of it. So there are, that's interesting, flying on it like that. Well, I'm going to, yeah, I want to see if we can bring this part back. And we can. It really does look like a tree with rings. Boa noite, Rio de Janeiro, estamos juntos, Claudio de Oliveira. And you know, when you live in the country, you got some loud vehicles at times too, mostly big trucks. It looks pretty interesting. But it's, I really do like this shape right here. I shrink it down a tad bit so it won't go across the screen so fast. I'm going to loosen this and put it back up the corner of the screen. And if you're wondering, is it moving? Yes, it is moving. It's moving across the sky because all the stars are moving across the sky. It's like when the sun rises in the east. These bugs, I'm going to tell you what. And you know, sometimes these bugs, They are attracted to certain blood types, I think. Something like that. I want to try to let that come in here. I won't be out here very long because the mosquitoes are really bad. Yeah, it'd be neat to see this firsthand. It really would. Let's watch it come across the screen. I guess if I was in my she shed, I wouldn't have to worry about these mosquitoes. Buenas noches, Jesus. Antonio Rubio Mas. Amigo. Phyllis, they're big mouths tonight. That's kind of funny. They really do get very loud. But I would rather hear the crickets than have their habitat destroyed by houses. Since I'm surrounded by woods, yeah, we did have someone purchase some land next to us. It wasn't our land, but you know that's going to be a loss of habitat. And so I don't know where all the animals are going to go. They're just going to have to go further away. You know, I ran into one of my friends from Henryville who's follows my YouTube, and he asked me today, Gina, haven't you been doing any videos? I haven't seen you in a while. I said, I've been doing them, but like him and so many others, they're not getting the notifications, and it's not showing up in their news feed because of Facebook algorithms censoring. It is a wrinkle in it. It is a wrinkle in it. If I zoom up, you can see the wrinkle in it. Yeah. Zoom up and then maybe adjust this middle piece a tad bit. See, you see it like that. I'm holding the handle of the of this tripod. Did I just see something fly up there? It was very brief. This is supposed to be Jupiter. It is an odd line. It sometimes appears like a wrinkle. I've got to, I'm sorry about the bumping. The bumping of this. Does someone have the time? Bonjour. I'm going to have to move it again because let me shrink it down maybe part of it will stay on the screen. I've got to loosen this tripod swivel head so I can move it back over here to the side. I tried putting my my telescope on another tripod. It mounted on there, but 1003, thank you. Yeah, it mounted on there, but I like this one better because this is very, very sturdy, and it weighs probably 20 pounds, as opposed to the other one maybe weighs around 5 pounds. This is real solid. And I will just, I'm just going to show you, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to move this middle piece of these compact, whoa, do you see how it made that look? Compact binoculars, to show you that this is supposed to be Jupiter with some moons around it. That's what that looks like that. But this is what we're looking at, and it does look like a Sandra. I've got this hooked up to my compact binoculars with a Goski cell phone adapter that hooks onto the eyepiece, and my cell phone sits right in it, and the camera on my cell phone looks through the binoculars to zoom up. And you don't really need a lot of fancy equipment to just view the stars in the sky. I'm going to try to move this. I'm trying to keep these mosquitoes off my leg. I don't have long pants on. Yeah, it is crickets. Crickets and frogs. Yeah, it's pretty neat, Charlotte. You know, and I have, you know, some people think, you know, Gina, why do you just waste your time doing videos, sharing pictures, or why do you even want to do that? And you know, because they could find something better to do with their time. I like doing it. I do. Hello, Shalina. It does make Facebook videos much easier. I've got to move it again because it has gotten so big. I'm going to just shrink it down a little bit, try to keep it on the screen as I move the neck of this. And the stars are going from east to west across the sky. That's which way they're going. Shrink you down a little bit. It's pretty neat. It'd be much more pleasant if the mosquitoes weren't biting. Hello, Bradley in Alaska. Hello, James Hill from Pennsylvania. Thank you, Diane. Philippi, interest. Yeah, I do love doing this and sharing. I really do. It's peaceful to my spirit. You're welcome, Sandra. Hello, No Perez from Puerto Rico. I see the moon has risen, but I can see the brightness of the moon, but it's behind my tree line, so it hasn't came above the tree line yet. I wonder what's in the center of it, you know, that circle in the center of this. I just tried to move it a little. Well, I think I am going to have to say a good night because these mosquitoes, they're pretty excited tonight with me being out here. Yeah, so I'm probably going to be ending this live video. Do I have a reflector telescope? Otherwise, the dark line, according to your astronomy husband, might be the secondary mirror mount support showing because you're focusing on Jupiter and it's in extreme bright. I don't know what type of telescope I have, but I'm going to tell you what I'm using right now. I'm not using a telescope. I'm not using a telescope right now. I am using a pair of compact binoculars, and there's no mirror in this compact binocular. There's a lens on the front, and there's a lens on the end, and then there is my lens on my cell phone. So I don't know if that would fit into the equation, if that would give the reason for seeing this right here, because it really is not a dark line. It's more like a fold. It's more like a fold, like a ripple in it. Philly McKenzie, whether you choose to communicate messages later as an ambassador or not, nobody will be hassling you soon enough. You're very welcome. Let me try to move this up one more time. You know what I am seeing? If you look at the viewing at the top, you know that it is very, very highly improbable that there's 23 people out of 77,000 people, only 23 people watching. Yeah, I will never believe that. But you know, some people may look up there and think, oh, there's only 24 people watching. No, I'm telling you, there's probably around 30,000 or 40, and we're not seeing all their comments either. Yeah, a lot of people aren't able to comment. And it's not just happening to me, it's happening to other people who are showing things that are contrary to what they want them to show. They are messing with their numbers and their views, and they are censoring them also, but not censoring them completely. Yeah, I'm gonna say goodnight because these mosquitoes are really excited. So I really am going to get off of here. So I hope every one of you have a very good evening.